Good morning. Look at that. Got his new coffee mug.
Good morning, everybody.
Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. And hope Santa brought what you want. And it's about time for the weekend. So here we go. I gotta tell y'all a discovery I made about horsepower coffee. That it goes really good with sausage balls. Oh yeah, very good. Well, here we are back at the grind. It's Friday, non-holiday Friday. Good morning, Bobby Bama. Live Life, Levi, Bad Dream, ACR. What's up, brothers? Are we the only ones getting after it this morning? Man, those of you that are praying, folks, please pray for a good friend of mine's family. A good friend of mine passed away yesterday. I think the best I can tell, he had a heart attack. He was 56. He was my tactical response instructor for fighting pistol and immediate action medical. And he's just a good friend. Me and him have always stayed in contact. My wife and his wife are friends. And man, it really sucks because he's been trying to get me to come visit him for a minute now. And because I got a couple of daughters, they got a couple of daughters. And yeah, he got started late in life on the. Well, he's got two older daughters too, but his two younger ones. He had a 4-year-old and I think a 10-year-old, and he was always trying to get me to come up there because he was like, man, they would probably hit it off, which I'm sure they would have. They all act alike, but I don't know. It just really sucks. You never know, man. You never know when God's gonna pull your card. I guess it's been a crazy year. I hate that happened. Uh, on Christmas Day, Christmas morning, I think. So anyway, just include that family in your prayers. He was a huge part of the just in general tactical response community. He was loved by everybody. He's just a outstanding dude. He would have gave you his shirt off his back, and he was extremely deadly. But man, it's just sad. I did not expect that yesterday, which I don't guess you ever do. But anyway, just include them in your prayers if you don't mind. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I appreciate Bobby Bama, but man, it was a loss for a lot of people. He was a good friend to a lot of dudes. He was he was a good dude. He was from Kentucky. Me and him would always our messages back and forth is full of hilarious Alabama and Kentucky jokes because it's like so hillbilly, both of those states. I think that may be the two most hillbilly states, but man, we got some funny stuff back and forth to one another. But anyway, yeah, ACR on that day. Yeah, I hate it for his kids, man. I mean everybody. There's never a good day for that, but you know, Christmas Day is supposed to be a super exciting time for for little kids especially, and I mean, dude, Christmas Eve night, he had a good picture of him and his family saying "Merry Christmas" from my family to yours, and I mean, I was getting ready to tell him Merry Christmas, and I tell you what, man, it's just crazy that my wife was on the way home from visiting my wife's family, and she was reading that on Facebook, and I'm like, no, it just kind of put me in shock. I'm like, what? I'm like, Steve, like I talked to yesterday, Steve. Like, what the hell? That just goes to show, guys, the spiritual fitness thing, which I have royally failed. I've not got my video done on spiritual fitness. Meant to do that. Meant to have it posted early this week, but I've been behind on things. I know that's not an excuse, but uh, the that that goes to show, spiritual fitness. You can't let that one slide. Like, you got to be ready at all times. Tim, man, you like the Bluey? Man, we love Bluey. This is my Christmas present from my oldest daughter. I love coffee mugs. So and my Grinch one started leaking on me. Got a little crack in it, a little hairline crack. It's leaking. But yeah, man, spiritual fitness. You can't let that one go to the wayside. Like, and even in, like, when I teach pistol classes or whatever, we're talking about gunfighting. Yeah, we train to come out on top, but dude, there is such thing as lucky shots. If someone gets a lucky shot on you, it's game over. It lights out. And that's it. So you need to have your affairs in order. You need to know all the people that you truly love need to know you love them. You don't need to have any, I guess, bad blood, regrets with people you love. Let's say you got a kid you had a falling out with, don't let that last, type thing. That's right, man. And have a will. Have a will, even if you're young, even if you're just starting out. If you're taking the whole preparedness life serious, spiritual fitness, and having your affairs in order already, that stuff's important. It's super important, because you ask yourself, would you lay down your life for your family? And I hope all of us would be like, absolutely. All right, so if whether it be someone kicking in a door, maniac running in the grocery store, because everyone has seen all this on the news at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. It's not that it never happens. It's, you hope it don't happen to you, but it could. And if that day ever comes up, it's go time. And when I say go time, it means time to put all the training into action, time to put that spiritual fitness to the test, time to put and I hope not, but possibly the aftermath of your life to the test of what you've prepared. And if it's totally flipping chaos and you haven't prepared shit, it's going to make more chaos for your family than what's already here. So these things are super important. Yeah, that's 100% bad dream. Yeah, amen, Tin Man. Amen. Yeah, and Tin Man, I mean, you talking about that, like, I guess I've always known this. This is one of those things, it until, I guess, someone close to you dies and you see their stuff and what little bit of money they have dispersed to people that's got their hands out and gimme, gimme, gimme. Here's the thing, like, the spiritual fitness is damn near the only thing that matters, because you don't take anything with you, like nothing. So, there's honestly no, I don't know. It's been wild. Like I literally, I tried to convince my dad to donate a lot of his stuff. I'm like, I would auction it. Like if you don't, my dad didn't want to make anyone mad. My dad he was a tough guy, but at the same time, when it come to his kids, even the two, and this is where my dad, I wish I had forgiveness and love. I need to work on that. I really do. But my dad, no matter how bad his kids treated him, he could love them. He could just look past it. And I don't know what's wrong with me or what, but I am the kind of person, and I've told, which my youngest ain't old enough to understand, but my oldest, I've told her, I'm like, if you double cross me the way my siblings did my dad, I will still love you, but you won't be welcome in my home. Like I'm not going to be done with you, but there'll be a distance between us until, you know, if it's you doing that to me, until you can patch things up, because I'm not just going to continuously let you into my life to cause drama, pain, suffering for me and the people I love around me. Like, I'm not going to allow that. I don't know. Does that make me less Christian? I hope not. It's not saying, I would still forgive her. I would still love her. But I just would not allow that to happen to me. Like, you have to surround yourself with people that are positive influences on you. That don't mean you can't still love some of your family or whatever, but be careful about who you let into your intimate life. That, and when I say that, that means their actions will cause you stress, pain, things like that. Like, be careful who you let into that level, because if they're not doing you any good, like, we should be here to help each other. That's my point. Like, we should be helping each other. So if they're not doing that, probably not a good relationship. And that goes for anybody, not just your kids, anybody. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm at now, Levi. So it ain't just me, Bobby Bama. Yeah, and that's where people get confused. Is like, they think like, oh, you're turning your back on family. No, I'm actually showing them more love than you probably, because I'm not, I'm not just I can't find the word, supporting that behavior. I am letting them know that's not okay. You don't treat people that way. And when you do, there's consequences. You know, I, well, I appreciate ACR. You're an awesome parent too, brother. We've talked enough. You're definitely a good parent too, man. And see, that's the kind of you're the kind of people, y'all, kind of people I want to surround myself with. So, people that not only do good, but also kind of motivate me to do better. It's like, man, you can do even better, or stay on the bare minimum, stay on the good path. So, yeah, that's true, Northern Hillbilly. Yeah, and that goes like what Northern Hillbilly's saying. You know, it's his kid. It was my dad's kids, my siblings. So I see them in a different light, I guess. But I don't know. I've been told by most of my family I'm a asshole and think I'm better than everybody and all kinds of stuff. I've been called about everything you can think of. Oh goodness! Speaking of emotionally unstable people, let's talk about my short that I made about Trump lying to us. This is hilarious. I feel like gotten death threats and all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Because I ain't on the Trump train. Gosh damn, this is funny. All right, first off, all you sissy crybabies that watch this, God, y'all get on my nerves, and y'all know who I'm talking about. If you didn't say nothing stupid, it's not you. But the thing is, I said it in the video. He was the lesser of the two evils, guys. If he was on the ballot today, and whatever Democrat, if the Democrat that's on it today has the same flipping values as Democrats today, which they probably would, I ain't I ain't voting for him. I'm still gonna vote for Trump. But that doesn't mean he's not a lying piece of crap that's covering up for pedophiles. Or I probably don't know if I can say that. I've actually been told not to say that on YouTube. Oops. Well, if we're still going, he's covering them up. Okay? And here's my opinion. Here's my opinion. If he's going to do that, if you're going to cover that up, if you're going to make sure there's no accountability for that, for what went on, you are just as damn guilty of that as they are. And then somebody's like, well, for all you know, he's the one that hired to have Epstein killed. That's what one of my buddies sent me. And I'm just like, dude. And like I got trashed for because it's the election time coming up or whatever. And I'm just like, guys, like I'm telling you, I am not dedicated to Republicans or Democrats. I hope I've made that clear. I've been saying that for you ever since I've been on, well, before YouTube, before I've started my business. I'm not dedicated to either one of those pieces of crap parties, to be honest with you. They both represent things I don't agree with. The one that I'm most likely going to align with is the ones that protects my rights to religion or God, more specifically, and guns. That's what I'm going to vote for. God and guns. That's it. That's it. I'm not expecting them to line up on every single little thing I want. And so many people, and I don't agree with this, so many people, um, yeah, Pilgrim. See, and that's what I was about to say. So many people get like frustrated and they're like, oh, voting don't even matter. I think it does, guys. I actually think it does. At least, at bare minimum, shows a representation of the people. Well, the people, and for Democrats, most of the dead people. But the point is, I'm done with the whole Epstein e-file saga. Like, he didn't disclose them, dirtbag, it's over. Like, I feel like if we, amen. Dude, I was literally about to say that. I was literally about to say that. I feel like the people that's like dug into this, that's like just, it's a distraction. Like you're it's like the Obama thing, man. During Obama, I don't know if everybody remembers this. When the Michael Brown thing happened, when all the race wars started, when he got all that crunk up, because dude, so many people were consumed and see CNN and all the social medias on this race stuff. He was signing deals for Iran, get so many billions of dollars and all kinds of stuff while that was going on. No one knew about it. No one knew about it. And Republicans voted with him. A lot of them, anyway. Oh, yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of people need to get their shit in order. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna call it when I see it on I've been supporting Trump since he announced he was running. Since like literally he came off his elevator in Trump Tower, come out to his little podium and announced he was running. I have been supporting that man since then. I'd still vote for him. I still would, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that was okay because that's not. I think that is jacked up. Oh man. Yeah, that's exactly it, Levi. That's exactly it. Like I feel man, it's such a like they've almost tried to turn Trump into a race figure. They're trying to. But regardless of the side, Americans calling wrong wrong and right right, like that's kind of where we need to be. But guess what? They're removing God. They want to remove God. Why? Because God is your moral compass. That's your moral compass. Without a moral compass, is transgenders okay? Is murder okay? Is stealing okay? Is taxes okay? Like, can you just tax someone into non-existence and that be okay? I mean, without a moral compass, all this is okay. There is no right and wrong. It's what we say is right and wrong. I honestly believe that's why they want to remove Christianity. Christianity is probably one of the biggest and I guess best examples of something saying this is right, this is wrong. Period. There's no in between. There's no like it's okay if you do. No. Right, wrong. Period. And see what happens with right and wrong or good and bad. Accountability. You're either the good side or you're the bad side. They need to eliminate that. They need to eliminate that. They want everyone to like adultery. Why ain't adultery? Why isn't that illegal? I don't. Do you like being cheated on? Has anybody in here ever been cheated on? I have, and I can say it didn't feel good when I found out. And in a lot of cases, it wrecks families when there's kids involved. Why isn't that illegal? Because all of them like doing it. They all do it. And they need to feel good about it. That's why porn's not illegal. That's why adultery's not illegal. I'm gonna tell you right now, if when Prepared Citizens gets big enough to have employees, if someone that works for me is cheating on their spouse, I will fire them. Like that'll be it. If you will cheat on your spouse, and if you got kids, the parent of your kids, there ain't no damn telling what you'd do to my business. Does that make sense? Like that's where I'm at with that. But anyway. I know it's about time for something, ain't it? It is. I don't know why people Like they've got, I will say, like when it comes to that too, that bugs me. They talk about, I've heard this my whole life too, even in history books. There's no point in voting for a third party because they'd never make it. So that gives everybody the idea, like, oh my gosh, I have to pick one of these, or not at all. And that's kind of a. I mean, even today's media will say that, oh yeah, they're for whatever, but it's not going to make it because there's just not enough people that think that way or whatever. And I don't know, they just try to rule it out off the get go to get people like to not vote for a third party. And that is exactly what Disastrous Effect was saying. Oh yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, and that's another thing, man. And politics was never they were never supposed to be paid. They were never supposed to be paid. Never. Bad dream. Could y'all imagine if all of our politicians was not paid starting today? How much prices would go down on everything like taxes and all? It would be insane. It would be insane how much money this country would save. I love how like in Congress they think like $170,000 is an average income. That's pretty normal, guys. That's pretty normal. How many of y'all have made $170,000 like without owning your own business or anything? That's a lot. Like that's a lot, guys. And for your food and fuel to be covered, like come on, guys. Let's, you know, joke. ACR, are you leaving, man? If you are leaving, have a good day, brother. Yeah, I'd be down with 3%. I mean, that's all it was at fault was 3%. A Revolutionary War. Yeah, that's one thing I do not want to happen is a war, like a civil war, Revolutionary War. James Yeager was he was firm on that. He was like, if there is a war, it won't be a civil war. It will be a Revolutionary War. He said we're beyond like a civil war. Just a lark shotgun. I mean, kids, I love I wouldn't take anything from my kids, but to each their own. I know I got good friends that like do not want kids, and that is totally cool. So I'd say it's a personal preference. I have a lot of respect for people that are just straight up like, hey, I don't want kids. I'm not gonna make kids, and that's that. Because there's a lot of shitbags that make kids and they don't want to take care of them. I can't stand that. That's you want to get on my bad side, be one of those people. Live long. I didn't do a live last night, unless you're talking about something else. Ended up sleeping in more than what I want. Oh. No, you're good. You're good, man. I'm at the day, I guess. Yes, that's exactly what it's supposed to be, Northern Hillbilly. They're supposed to have their own jobs. That way, and see, like, dude, it literally talks about it in historical books when they were establishing all this. Like so they can actually feel the repercussions of the policies that they put in place, like taxes or whatever. Like if you're a hard worker at a factory or a business owner, whatever you are, like you're gonna feel that increase in tax or decrease or whatever the change you made, right? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Levi. And they destroy you in taxes. Yeah, anytime I've ever made close to that or like 100, um, it's been hit so flipping hard. I remember one year I cleared, it was like 85 total on everything, and with taxes being taken out, it was less than 60 is what my take home was. And I'm just like, dude, like it ain't even cool, man. Every day use your time, growing your relationship with Jesus, those you love. Or more than you did before, establish some monopoly. Balance. Oh, absolutely. A man that's not capable of great violence, is he even a man? Can he truly know peace? Like these are things, it's a lot of people don't talk about that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, if you don't truly know violence, um, I don't know, you don't really know peace either. You don't know how to love almost. I know that's kind of harsh to say, but you know, how do I word that? How do you word that for YouTube? But I know YouTube don't like you talking about this, but men should be capable of great violence. When what's going to mean more to someone, in my opinion, or in your opinion too, like someone that's capable of great violence, being kind to a little kid or, and animals versus someone that's never known violence. I think some of the nicest people I've ever known in my life were like capable of extreme violence. I'm thankful, I went into the military and got to learn, uh, and I mean before the military, I'd been in several scuffles. I've beat the hell out of some people. I've had the hell beat out of me before. It went both ways. But um, I am thankful for the military though because it, I guess, showed violence to another level, if that makes sense. And I wasn't even in that long. I didn't see near extreme stuff like a lot of dudes saw, but still though, it was just enough to, I guess, expose me to that. So I am thankful for that opportunity. And dudes out there that are like in law enforcement, like I know several of them guys that's gotten to experience that as well. Oh man, Brick Clark, yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man. It does make you worry, but it also makes me like kind of ambitious to instill, like, I will say there were things that did not get told to me or instilled in me at a young age. I wish it would have. My mom and dad grew up in a different time, different era. And the for instance, um Christianity. It was everywhere. Yeah, we were Christians. I grew up Christian, but we didn't like go to church every Sunday and things like that. And it was just like, it was kind of one of those things that parents didn't realize that, school system like today, school systems are trying to teach your kids away from all that. And if you don't take some kind of stand and responsibility for teaching your kids Christianity, no one's going to teach them. Like they'll be teaching little boys that they can be girls and vice versa. Um, and like politics, I when I grew up, I remember getting my first job. Well, first outside of dad's business job. Everybody always said that. Oh, good choice, Levi. I love Wranglers, man. Those are excellent. That's a YJ. That's a good one. Just check the struts on it or the leaf springs. Make sure they're good. A lot of people will do the conversions. But anyway, you know, one of the things that was told to us not to talk about was politics and money and religion. And guys, where's that gotten us? Like nowadays, I'm like, you need to be grounded in religion, and you need to know what you do and don't believe in. It's very, very important. And I mean, it's sad, but it's almost to a point, and I think that this is kind of by design too. But like them, so abortions, like killing babies, you can sell that to who? Non-Christians. Non-Christians. A true Christian is not going to go with that. Not going to go with that. What's it like at all? Period. Like they will hard line, draw a hard line right there and be like, I'm out. Can't be a part of what you're doing if you support that. Like up until birth. Like no way. And with that being said, look how many people are still on that bandwagon. Like that's scary. And what are they selling it as? Oh, women's rights, health and safety. You know, like this is a legit genocide of people, and it's pretty serious, like very serious. So I feel like nowadays, if someone even says they're a Democrat, it almost makes it just be like, well, I can't have them in my bubble because they're that far gone. But again, I truly think about like what it really boils down to is them removing Christianity because you can sell that kind of stuff when when you don't have a moral compass. You can just sell things as, oh, it makes me feel good. And that's what I should live life like. It makes me feel good. Like all the drug addicts and homeless people in California in their inner cities. That is not okay, guys. That is not good. And the government's out here like, yeah, we'll give you some free needles and all this, and like you live life how you want to live it. Just keep voting for us. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, where did we go wrong? But in my opinion, that's where it all goes back to God. It's them removing God. So anyway, I know I keep harking on that. Sound like a broken record, but just my observation. I mean, there's a lot of things I see, and I'm just like, man, someone that loved the Lord would not be cool with that. So anyway. I know, like The fact that we're having to say that, Levi, that we're like having to put that in a sentence. Hey, killing babies is bad. Like Democrat or Republican, like we shouldn't be doing that. And they're like, "Oh no, it's an embryo." Well, I highly encourage people, if you think that, if you think that, watch the ultrasound of just say a 6 month, 5 month, 3 month abortion. Watch the reaction of the baby in the womb, and you tell me that's an embryo. You tell me that's not a little human being in there. Like, I don't know. When I was growing up, if you killed a pregnant woman, your ass got charged with 2 murders. Like, that's 2 murders. I've seen that multiple times growing up. I got a buddy that's doing prison time because he's a drug addict, and he killed his fiance and child that she was pregnant with. Yes, that's a Charlie Kirk made that one, Tin Man. That's a good one. Okay, it's an embryo. What kind of embryo? Human. Oh, so let's go back to human rights, God-given rights. Come on now. And by the way, what we call like super tiny humans is babies. Like that's the normal language that the Democrats are trying to remove, just like God. So you don't have what? A moral compass about it. So you don't have a moral compass. So you're like, oh, it's not that bad then. Guys, that's how dangerous that little thing right there alone. That's how dangerous it is, them trying to change language on shit. Y'all remember, how many of y'all heard like Democrats making an argument? What was it? They were trying to do the pedo thing, like push it even harder, and they were trying to call it, what the flip were they called? Like people went like like they realized real quick, like, all right, it's not, we're not quite ready to pass this one yet. But dang it, what did they call it? It was like minor. It was something about being sexually attracted to minors. I forgot what they were. Somebody else probably heard it. I know I'm not the only one. But man, I'm gonna tell you guys, like I remember just being like, yeah, like anyone that has that on their, I don't know, profile or whatever, it's probably gonna start getting hunted down. Like that's not gonna work. Not for long anyway. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you should be willing to suffer. And honestly, that goes with anything, bad dream. Like if you think about it, the most successful people, whether it be business, fitness, I don't care what you're talking about, um, they all had great suffering before they achieved whatever their goal is, which Jesus is the ultimate example of that. But yeah, that's 100%, man. My roommate tried to say Christmas morning that 666 is an angel number. Stood my ground. I've already tried to get them out. Please pray for my home and roommate to turn from. I mean, yeah, man, we'll definitely pray for them. I mean, pray for all the lost. And that's one thing we talk about at church is praying for the lost. But Yeah, man, there's so many people, and that's another thing. Like the Christmas is so confused. Like I think the tree was a pagan thing, but it's when like what like so how did it come about? It's when Christians converted pagans, and that just become like a decoration to them at that point. And Saint Nicholas, that's a real dude. Look that up. I'm not gonna get too crazy into that, but look that dude up, Saint Nicholas, and what he did. He was a pretty cool dude, actually. But yeah, uh, Christmas is Jesus's birthday. For anybody that may not know that, is the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And this was fun. I saved this. This is a meme. You guys will like this. Oh, let me take my wife real quick. But you guys will like this meme. It is funny. So it's these two dudes arguing, right? It's one of these. And what it says, like, one arguing, he's like, it's the year 2025. Christianity is no longer relevant. And the other dude says, 2025 years since what? And then it shows the other dude crying. And then the other one says, Merry Christmas. But yeah, think about that. Like, think about how we record time, guys. Why is it the year 2025? And keep in mind, Jesus did all this before YouTube and social media. And like, it literally had to be people seeing, and people that retold the story had to be very, very trusted witnesses, like to other nations and things. Like, they had to be very well trusted. So this wasn't just like a bunch of homeless people coming up with something. Like, it is like Jesus, the entire story of Jesus is something, and all the other stories of the Bible, but this is all stuff that was witnessed. And even, I think it's even interesting where some historical books and other religions acknowledge a lot of it that happened. So, in case anyone's wondering, did Jesus Christ really be born? Was he real? Did he walk the earth? Yes, 100%. 100%. Do you think as many nations across the world would have changed how they record time? Think about that. Time. How you record time. If that wasn't, like, without a shadow of a doubt, true. I can tell you right now, they wouldn't have. That's pretty big. And one of the reasons they changed it is to record to the second coming. So yes, it's 100% real, guys. 100% real. Like, you can not believe me. I don't care. Google why it's 2025 if you like have any doubt about it. And they're trying to do away with that. I will say that's a tough story to come up with that don't involve that, because Google has changed a lot of stuff over the years, but they still have to admit that, supposedly that's when this guy Jesus was here, and it's like, really? You're going to try to, like, oh, well, we just decided to restart for no reason. No reason at all. Like, come on, guys. What else would have been that significant to change how you record time. And that's true, Pilgrim. Not all nations agree with it, but vast majority do. Yeah, China is like in a totally different. I forgot what year they are. There's something real crazy. Yeah, really. That's true. That's true, Britt Clark. If he came back, he probably that's probably why uh he chose the time he did. Yeah, there's a good reason that he chose the time he did. I think that was part of it too. Like before any kind of modernized technology, mail systems, like anything like that, was to make sure that what he was doing was recorded and genuine, like undeniably genuine. So I think that's pretty cool. 100%. Absolutely. Where was he? I just saw Tactical Muffin Top. Good morning, brother. Snuck up in here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they've not tried. Like China, they gather up all. I don't know if people know about it. Dude, they have been killing Christians for several years in China, like putting them in prison camps, killing them. In Africa, they've been killing them. Like, I don't know if anyone's. It's kind of worrying me. Like, there is a serious purge going on of Christianity, and I think like this world order, the Democrats want to be a part of. What Alex Jones warns us about. They're um they're trying to destroy like everything. Yeah, that's true too, Pilgrim. That's absolutely true. There's more, like, I'm a King James Bible guy, but what is the King James Bible? That's the stories, the books that King James allowed in the Bible. So there's more to it. There's even more to it than what we have uh, access to. That's right. Dude, they are, I thought it was crazy. Bad Dream sent me this not too long ago about preachers using AI to create sermons. And I'm like, man, that's sketchy right there, dude. I would not want my preacher doing that. And yes, I agree with that. Redacted. You're just gonna open up. You finally found you an original Bible that has all the books in it, and they're like all redacted. And there's just pictures of Bill Clinton in dresses in there. It's like, no, got me again. Darn government. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if he was a Satanist, but he was. It does make you wonder, like, why do that? It, I thought it was crazy. In the early days, my grandmother was telling me this because we got a lot of Catholic in our family on my mom's side, and a long, long time ago, people that attended the Catholic Church were not allowed to have a Bible. Like, you did not have a Bible sitting in church. So you only got told what the priest or whatever would tell you. Like that's all you knew. That was your lesson. I guess you could maybe take notes, but so, you know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and that's why I typically stick to the King James version, not the new King James, man, because there's been some things that's like it's a little different. I feel like the interpret. I don't know where they went wrong, and see that's where I guess if you knew Hebrew, that would be super beneficial. But I don't know if they went wrong from translating from Hebrew to the King James English version, or if like maybe that was wrong and they were like, all right, let's do the new King James version, like make it more appropriate. I don't know. I don't know. That's something. I know a lot of people's went to the new King James version. It sounds more modern, like we talk now, but at the same time, I don't always feel like it represents what it should. That's just me. Just me. So, but anyway, guys, I'm about to get off here, get to work. We got some work to get done today. 3D printer. I got a 3D printer now. I did not know it was going to come. I thought it was going to be like middle of next month before I got it, but I actually have everything now. So today I will probably spend some time getting a setup made for that. I don't know if I'm going to I don't know if I'm going to build one or if I want to buy one. I ain't gonna lie, price wise, gonna be about the same. Probably maybe a little bit more to build actually, but I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. They may have some good deals at Harbor Freight or something for a good work table, so we may go with something like that. But anyway, I'm excited to get that going so I can start making some pretty cool radio and prepared citizen stuff because I got a lot of cool things to make for you guys. So oh, Levi, man. Woo. ACR. When's ACR's live? When's his live? He's got one tonight. Does he do it on Friday nights? Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to hear everybody's thoughts on that too, man. Dan Booker, what's up, homie G? Yeah, man, I'm about to jump out of here and oh dang, he's live now. Well, I'll go say hey to him. I'll go say hey to him. I may leave it running while we work. But I'm gonna jump out of here and we're gonna get some stuff done, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, drinking some coffee. Go show ACR some love. Head over to his live. And guys, y'all be good. I hope y'all again had a Merry Christmas. Everybody on the prayer list, keep everybody in your prayers, and hope y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Tuesday. God bless. I'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all be good.